chapter 27, a little known case of teletransportation. So this man says it's reasonable to finish this chapter with the case of Uri Geller, who he will talk in the conclusion of this book. Uri Geller, to whom many will deny his powers and wherever they come from. To those who deny, mostly magicians, because they can reproduce certain aspects of some of Uri's numbers, trick numbers, which is far from constituting proof. Journalists wanting to distinguish the fake wise, like the ones that denied the UFO phenomenon. Uri Geller, let's say, tells his last works, which is called My Fantastic Life, Pygmalion, 1975, which he says that he was transported in a blink of an eye from New York to Ossining, New Jersey. He says a jump of 50 kilometers. Here is very summarized his adventure. On the 9th of November, lindos, eu desligo. Mari, para. On the 9th of November of 73, some minutes before 18 hours, Uri Geller was having a stroll in a warehouse called Hammerscher Schlemmer, the First Avenue, from the First Avenue. There he had an interview at 6:30 with a friend, an Israeli, in the Hotel Billmore. Big Chief, my brother, good morning. In the Hotel Biltmore, he just left his friends, Maria Cooper, daughter of Gary Cooper, and Byron Janis, American pianist that had a studio on the east side, because he wanted to buy a pair of twin lenses to observe the comet Cahoet. He was walking rapidly and he was close to his apartment, where he still wanted to go and have a shower and change his clothes. He remembers approximating his marquise with roof tiles from the next building of his, almost touching him. So he was almost arriving his marquise, and then he remembers an impression that he was going down some steps backwards. Wow, that's crazy. Then he felt that he was jumped to the air without feeling any sensation on his body. He closed his eyes and he thinks that he opened them straight away. When he did it, he was suspended in the air about 50 centimeters from his marquise of the house of Dr. Puharish. Vicente, mais uma eu desligo-te. A próxima eu desligo-te, Vicente. Sorry, guys. I'm with my kids today. Okay, so he was about 50 centimeters from the marquise, from the house of Dr. Puharich in Ossining. And the marquise was about 3 meters from the ground. He had a sensation that he was going on top of a little farm of flowers, over the ramifying over the roof of the marquise. When he was preparing himself for impact, so he turned his left shoulder to the marquise and put his hands in front. He passed through the roof tiles and landed over the top of a round glass table that was in the marquise. It was a thick glass plaque in which his hands hit first, then he slid, hitting the ground and breaking the oh my god, he broke the table into pieces. Straight away he banged his knees on the wood part of the table, which was turned the opposite way around. Then he fell on the floor. He never felt lost consciousness, though he did feel a little bit crazy, a little bit strange after the shock, and his knee was hurting. Hello, uncle. Good to see you, my brother. Good afternoon. Enjoy the story, brother. We may do 2 chapters because this one is very quick. He didn't he was too shy to scream of fear or pain because he just broken a bone. What surprised him was that he recognized the marquise and the table, which he knew them very well. It was the marquise of his friend's house, Dr. Puharich, in Ossining. Dr. Puharich was looking at the news on TV, and he heard a huge bang, followed by a banging sound on the floor, like something had hit on the side of his table. He jumped off his bed where he was on the 2nd floor, and he looked all over the house. He heard then Uri Geller calling him, and he crossed the living room and the dining room and his office. He turned a light and he saw his friend on the ground with lots of glasses and the table kind of broken. The marquise with a big hole on the top. Oh my god. The marquise was kind of broken, the top, and he saw Uri Geller on the floor with a little pouch containing the lenses that he had bought in New York. Do you understand this, guys? So Para trás, Mani, para trás. Para trás, linda. Mani, para trás. Okay, so he had the pouch with the lenses on his hands. So the chronology of the what happened was established very precisely. His friend Maria had been with him at home until 5:30. Then he had gone to buy the lenses, and after 6 o'clock and a few minutes, he had been transported to New York, from New York to Ossining in a blink of an eye. There was known that there were other testimonies, like his friend Shippy, that saw him abandon the house of Maria at about 5:30, and his friend Solveig Clark, that had caught the train to Ossining at about 6 o'clock, and she was amazed to have found him at the house of Dr. Puharich, having arrived before her, where none motive would have wanted him to go to Ossining. Hello, Brandon. Good to see you, brother. Lake Superior, my awesome sister. Big hugs. And please do one thing at a time. Go slowly on the works at home, okay, sister? Please take some time for walking and sky watching and clearing your head, okay, sister? Big blessing. This case of teletransportation on a human being, on a conscious human being, and a pair of lenses looks to us explainable, like many other happenings related to UFOs. For sure, this case destined us to have conscience of other evolvements on science that may await for us, and that in a place that it has reached the top of progress, like many think, and we are simply giving the first steps. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this one. We're gonna jump to the next one. This one is called Aspects of the Occupants, okay? We're gonna have some photos. O que é que tu queres, linda? Não venhas para aqui que o pai está a fazer um vídeo. Queres o telefone então? Toma lá. Vai para o sofá. Não, Vicente, podes jogar com o lugar da Mani se quiseres. Ou podes jogar o dos aviões. Queres jogar o carro que voa? O carro que voa? Sim? Então vai para o lugar da Mani e anda com o carro dela. Senta-te no lugar da Mani. Espera. Okay, so aspects of the occupants. Anterior reports give some examples of the aspects of the occupants of the UFOs. Meanwhile, it's necessary not to forget that it's always possible that some of these characteristics don't correspond to reality. In the case of Peter and his wife Frances, check the some chapters behind, okay, guys, for the Peter and Francis case from Rhodesia. They had a contact very close with these entities on a spaceship. They left. They give a sense that these extraterrestrials would have a power to take anybody's shape, the shape that they wish, or that we wish them to be. So they have some kind of power to maybe get into our brains or our thoughts. Telekinesis. Not telekinesis, telepathy, sorry. Telekinesis is moving things with your hand. I was thinking of Uri Geller, guys. So basing our testimonies in many people, the classifications were established, and one of the more complete seems to be the Jader U. Pereira from the case from Brazil, from Porto Alegre, from 1974. We did this case before. This catalog, the extraterrestrials, is one of the most complete and consists in a classifications of diverse types of occupants, and the UFO on an detailed exposition of their behaviors and other data relative to their activity. This brochure contains lots of illustrations, from which examples we have shown before on other. Okay, they're talking about a magazine. The other documents that we're going to show come from the rest of the world, englobe all of the aspects presented until today on this book by the UFOs and the beings. Some of them were observed from the interior of their spaceships, and others from the outside, and also from other testimonies in the state of trance, of hypnotic trance. Okay, so guys, I'm going to show you the pictures now. You're going to love this, guys. Look at that. Oh, sorry about this. Okay, so I'm going to have to do like this. Okay, so these are... Okay, foiling. Oh, guys, sorry about that. I need to turn on the other light over there. Wait a second, guys. Okay, it's better like that now, I think. Oh, wonderful it is. Sorry about the shade, guys. Okay, I think I have flash. Oh, I have flash, guys. Nice one. Okay, so these are the first ones. These are all the cases that we've done before. They have some sort of an apparatus to breathe. They always have something on their hands. Well, it doesn't seem to be very spacious, this UFO, guys. Maybe like a van size, I don't know. Vicente, calma, calma, calma. Tens de usar o da Mani, já te disse. Ah, está a virar agora. Okay, this is the other one, guys. These ones look a little bit more Nordic, maybe. Then we have these ones that look a little bit animal. Very interesting, guys. Yeah, this UFO looks very small. Okay, so this case here is from Finland. Kinola, Finland, 1971. Hello, Michael. Hello, Mike. Good to see you, brother. Sheena, hello, sister. Big hugs. Meet Rose. Hello, Sister Magneticus. Good to have you, brother. Okay, so this case, guys, I think we've done this one as well. Okay, guys, I might not remember them already because we've done so many. I think I do have like hundreds of cases in my head, guys. I cannot remember everything. Well, this one here is interesting. This guy looks a little bit like Spock from looks a little bit like Spock, doesn't it? This one here looks a little bit alienish, doesn't it? So this says types of occupants of the aliens. Edmond, Oklahoma, USA, Association of Investigation. O que foi, linda? Queres ajuda? Okay, guys, just wait a second. I'm gonna have to help. Ó, Vicente, o papá está aqui agora a fazer... Está a trabalhar, lindo. Sorry, guys. It's 1 minute. We're gonna go back very quick. Okay, guys, let's continue. Well, that one almost like looks, it only has one eye. Look, guys, very interesting here, guys. These marks here, can you see my finger? These stripes here looks like it's some metal things. And this here, Dolly, my friend Dolly from Preston, the alien hybrid, she says that this is what the Anunnakis used when they drive the UFO, guys. It's some apparatus on the back which connects with some cables on the feet so that you can control the spaceship with your hands and your feet. Weird, guys, isn't it? It's not easy to believe everything, guys. It needs to have a big imagination because these things are not normal, guys. Creature observed by hundreds of people at Point Pleasant, West Virginia, UFO. I'm not sure if this is the Mothman. 1966. Like no neck, only no head. The head is below the arms. Wow, guys. Very weird. Okay, let's go back for some reading, guys. Okay, so this one here, you guys know, these are the goblins from Hopkinsville. This is the creature of Kelly Hopkinsville, based by the USA Air Force. This is the Berserk creature found in Berserk. So this could be like a dogman, guys. Greensburg, Westmoreland. What do you think, guys? I think this could be a dogman. Possibly a Bigfoot, but I don't know if the Bigfoot does have the ears like on top. Can you see, guys? Very possible. Okay, guys, let's go back. Okay, you're gonna see my beautiful face now again, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're gonna talk now about this is chapter 28. Hello, Capitu. Hello, Bud Files. Abraços, irmã. Good to see you, sister. So this chapter, guys, is gonna be it's one page. So we may do another one if I have time, because my wife is Oh, oops, I don't know. Okay, so we may do another case. Okay, guys, we'll think about another one. Lake Superior, it's story time, but it's also investigation, sister. Okay, and awareness for for our wonderful sky watchers and hikers and experiencers. Okay, my friends, because I also want to keep you. I want to keep you safe if you ever see any UFOs and stuff, because you know they can be if you don't know anything about them, it can be very scary. That's what I'm kind of what I mean. Joa, awesome sister, good to have you, sister. Oh yeah, Bigfoot as well. But Bigfoot is we I have a few interviews of Bigfoot, and we have a few people here from our Bigfoot community as well. And please subscribe to each other. Okay, my people. Love you very much, guys. Hope it's good weather there. It's a bit cold here now today. Yesterday was like summer and very warm, and today it's rained already and it's a little bit cold. But I need to get my glass for my fireplace. So hopefully when my wife arrives, I'll go and get the glass for my fireplace. Mari, mete mais baixinho. Tá bom. She's watching Panda Style. Okay, my people, let's get ready. This one is gonna be a quick case. It's one page. The next case is a big one, so we might leave the big one for the next one, okay? And then we have a few small cases afterwards. So this case is about the two little men of Garanuns. Garanuns, the state of Pernambuco, near Rio de Janeiro. I was in Rio, but it's around there. It's huge, guys. These small men were very wise, but they didn't laugh at me. These were the words of Antonio Pau Ferro da Silva when he finished the report about the man in space that he had found at a distance of 300 meters from his house, 8 kilometers from the city of Garanuns in the state of Pernambuco. Cool gamer, hugs brother, good to see you. We were at a hotel talking about the case of Antonio with Ruben Ducoto, a local investigator. When Espera aí minuto então, Vicente. When Antonio came personally, accompanied by a neighbor and a friend called Guilherme da Rocha, and he told us what follows. Okay, guys, the story is gonna begin. I'm just gonna go to change the game over there to my kid. 1 minute, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry guys for the balloons, but it was raining today, so we had to clean everything outside yesterday, guys. I'm wasted. I'm still not recovered. Maybe tomorrow. We may be going for a hike later on, guys, okay? Because I'm gonna go for music lesson of my kids, and we're gonna go for music lesson, and I have 1 hour. If it's not raining too much, I'll be doing the hike, okay? So let's start the story. On the 10th of September of 1965, Antonio arrived at the house of M. Rocha with a livid face, and he was trembling, showing him a tomato as proof about what happened. Okay, so guys, I will tell you what this tomato means. I don't understand yet. He said he was waiting for his wife to take him the morning coffee when he heard a noise in the field of wheat that he had behind him. Two metallic discs, like aluminium, they came down simultaneously at the same distance and at the same level, like they were synchronized. They landed at about 8 meters of Antonio. 8 meters, guys. Maybe like 15 feet, 20 feet. Okay, you have to check that. I'm not sure, guys. At start, he dreaded to have a vision. Then he was afraid of dying, thinking that it was an atomic bomb. The discs lifted off again from the ground and stopped about 5 meters from the ground. Then he saw two little men, quite small, about 70 to 80 centimeters, going down to land and approximated from him. Seeing that Antonio was terrorized, they stopped and went back. Turning themselves after a little bit and looking with some docile eyes, very gentle eyes. Something had changed because they came back again, and they approximated themselves to Antonio, appreciating his tomato bushes and talking a tongue that he could not recognize. They dropped a tomato on the floor. Antonio went towards them and asked them, "What do you want?" And they limited themselves to smile. Talca, my brother, big hugs. Saludos, amigo. Abrazo. Okay, guys, this is making me laugh, but it's interesting, guys. I like it because they seem to be very sensitive. Can you see? They just smiled. They went back to the landing area, and immediately the discs went down in a synchronous way, each of them hiding one of the two men's. The two discs elevated themselves after taking the two men, and Antonio could not see them go in the craft. possibly, guys, they can go through the craft, or they have an opening on the side that they could not. Gracias, Talca amigo. Voy volver a tu canal, mi amigo. Una promesa de amigo, ¿ok? Espero que tengas encontrado muchos tesoros, ¿ok? Mas no pobrecite a toda gente, ¿ok? Sé discreto porque hay muchos maledetos, a muchos maledetos en la cabeza. ¿Comprendes, mi amigo? Grande abrazo. Bendiciones y abençoado sejas, amigo. Okay, so he couldn't see them in. The discs hid them going in. The terrain was a bit inclined. When the discs went lifted off, he heard a very ay, agudo. How do I say agudo? My God. Talca, ¿cómo se dice agudo en inglés? De voz aguda. Basically, it's a fine sound. But after 30 meters, the sound became... so you have the two ends of the sound. You have the thin sound and the thick sound, yeah? But it has two names, specific names. I cannot remember them. So the first one is the fine sound when it lifted off like a... And then when it was up there, it was like doing a... Okay? Antonio compared the dimensions of the two crafts to a wheel of the tractor with about 1.5 meters of diameter for 60 centimeters of thickness. This man had a thick, dark skin and a very well-composed body, and their ears were like ours. They gave an impression of being very intelligent, but they didn't laugh at him. Okay? They smiled at him, but they didn't laugh at him. Antonio, very impressed with their skin, so bizarre, without any single wrinkle, he compared the members to the statues of wax that he had seen on a close-by sanctuary. He was sure that they were adults, even though they had the stature of his 4-year-old child. Mr. Rubin wanted to know precisely what Antonio thought when he saw appear the two little men. He thought, those are for sure the famous occupants of the flying saucers. Interesting, guys. On that precise moment, when the man turned and approximated from him, a group of doctors at this time was reunited on the Congress of Garanuns, talked to Antonio, as well as the reporters and the representatives of the armed forces, and two Americans, big and blonde. So guys, these Americans probably could have been the Nordics, guys. Can you understand, guys, what I'm trying to say? That's my take, okay, guys? But now the guy says, personally, we have a good impression of Antonio. A strong man, he's sane, energetic, talking with firmness. Slowly, accentuated every step with clarity, which he couldn't talk of what he didn't see. He looked credible, basically. At the house of M. Oligario, that was living 3 kilometers from the house of Antonio, we found his wife, Eunice Mendoza, from 25 years old, and wait, sorry. Okay, so she was a maid. Sorry, she had 25-year-olds and a maid, their maid, Ivanilda Francisca da Silva, 13 years old. Wow, so the maid was 13 years old, guys. So you can see at the time how crazy this is. The maids, how young they were. Ramona, Mama Bear Claw, awesome sister, thank you for joining us. So this lady and her maid, they say that on the same day, at the same time, they heard a weird noise that they could not identify where it came from. Ivanilda qualified it as a singular hum. Okay, guys? Okay, so guys, what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna skip a chapter because this chapter is very long, and we're gonna skip 29 and we're gonna go to 30, which is like half a page, 31, which is another half a page, and 32, which is another half a page. Okay, and then the next one is a big one. Okay, so we're gonna do these extra cases because my awesome sister Ramona just arrived, and I want her to listen to this. Please comment, sister. Okay, so guys, we're gonna go to chapter 30 now, and then on the next live we'll come back to 29. Okay. Okay, so this is called the two occupants, miniature occupants. The two cases of miniature occupants. Carthus, my brother, we're doing UFO book, UFO Mystery from Jack Perrin. So we're doing the two cases of the miniature occupants. So from many of the cases that exist, about 50% the occupants are kind of small, half size the human size, maybe smaller. About 80 centimeters to 1 meter 20. We find them on many other cases. 3 or 4 other cases, we know them as mini occupants, which stature is about 15 to 30 centimeters. These ones here, we can relate them to the Irish goblins, you know, the little goblins from Ireland, which we call them leprechaun. Okay. And here are the next one. The next one. Okay, guys. The first one, it gives respect to a radio talker on a station, American station, that was live early in the morning. He saw suddenly in front of him over the road a cylindrical object, vertical. It was landed over 3 feet, over like 3 metal landing gears. Their heights wouldn't exceed a meter, the height of the object. Around the object, there were cylindrical things in the form and the dimension of a beer can. They think it could be robots or some sort of probes. They didn't have more than 15 centimeters of height. These ones were in movement and they were dislocating they were moving like intelligent beings at all velocity. The second case happened in Seattle, in the state of Washington. A young lady tells that when she was young, on a night of August in the year of 1965, about 2 hours in the morning, 2 a.m., she woke up and she noticed that she couldn't even move a single muscle or emit any single sound. Okay, so this sounds like one of those awakening experiences, guys, that I had already before, where I had already before when I took medication. So you say to your muscles that you want to move and they won't move. It's just the brain doesn't connect with the muscles. It's weird, guys. The window of her room was opened and there was like a little ball, a little football. When I say soccer ball, okay, not a football, a soccer ball. It was gray. It was kind of a dull gray, and it was floating right in front of her room. This was like an orb, okay, guys? We can see that this is an orb. And then it came down to the top of her not her mattress, her carpet, okay, in her room. The testimony didn't have any possibility to get up or scream. Meanwhile, there were 3 feet that came out of the inferior part of this ball, just like to land on her on her on her room. It was a little ramp came down, and from there were 5 or 6 people that would distribute themselves around the ship, like they were trying to repair a problem on the spaceship, on the orb, on the football. They had all the same jumpsuits that they were kind of glued to their bodies. When they finished the job, they went back the football. The ramp came back up. The ramp came back down, and they went inside the craft, which went through the window and disappeared straight away. Then the girl felt that she was capable of screaming and moving. So she was sure that this wasn't a dream, because she says that she saw this with complete conscience. This case was investigated by a journalist in Seattle, M.J. Russell Jenkins. So guys, this case here, if the craft was 15 centimeters, the beings that came inside, they were maybe this size, okay guys? Freaking small. First time I heard the story like this, guys. This is the first time. Okay, these are the second story about the Martians, a physical exam made by miniature Martians. My God, guys. Very weird. Please subscribe to each other. Please, my people, subscribe to each other. John P loves ya. Thank you for leaving a like, everybody. Very thankful, guys. Okay, so the next case is called Physical Exam by Miniature Martians. Ah. Strange report of encounter with entities of a UFO by Gordon Creighton. Okay, so this is a Brazilian case again from 1968. A servant of the public servant Brazilian. His name Pedro Dama Filho, equivalent to Junior, declares that he found occupants of a UFO with a very extremely reduced stature. Mr. Dima, he lives on the Rua da Conceição number 12, Rio de Janeiro, tells that on the 17th of July of 1968, about 23 hours at night, he was in an avenue of the main where he lived, the street of Bandeirantes, next to a Catholic seminar known as the name of Educandário Dom Bosco, when he heard over him a hum. This noise very quickly raised intensity, and suddenly he was blinded by a strong light. The two green lights that appeared very close to him. These lights suddenly turned off, and he saw an object on which he had an open horizontal door, letting pass four little people. They were no more than half a meter each. The creatures were green colored, and they had something on their heads, like some earphones. And they ran on his direction. He tried to run away, but he felt immobilized by a sort of hypnotic force. His members frozen, not of cold, just of movement. His muscles became rigid, and he could feel his head going round. So he was a bit dizzy. His tongue became very rough, very not rough, very hard as a stone. But he was always lucid, registering all of the details on scene. He heard the creatures talk with him in Portuguese, in Brazilian. As incredible as this may sound. Oh, awesome, sister. Count me in. He thought that they were probably communicating with him through telepathy, because he couldn't see the movements of their lips. Their head had a unusual form. They grabbed him by their arm like a friend, and they conduced him. Probably they grabbed him by. Either they grabbed his elbow, on his elbow, or they hold his hand. Um, but he said it was a friendly way, and they kind of took him to the inside of the spaceship. The spaceship was always silent, and it was always keeping close to them. The interior of the spaceship, there was a weird laboratory, complicated laboratory look. The four humanoids interrogated him, interrogate for a while, and asked him details concretely in respect to terrestrial life, his habits and costumes of the humans, mostly about their psychological functions, about our body, our forms of sexual reproduction, etc. They made him take his clothes off, and he allowed them for a detailed exam of his body. This exam also was the introduction on his mouth of a very luminous filament, like a pen with lights, like a lamp, which, cuidado, that made him become translucid. So when this light went inside his mouth, the rest of his face became translucid. Like he was being submitted to some x-rays. Meanwhile, two of them proceeded to this exam. The other two was occupied in writing on a piece of paper that looked like aluminium, some kind of symbols. Suddenly, as if they had received an order from another post, the lights... Espera aí, Vicente. The lights became intermittent. The luminous lights... the luminous lights that were going through the wall, and the exam, the physical exam, suddenly finished, making him go out rapidly to the exterior. With his raptors informed him that after his depart, everything would be like a dream in his head. Terrorized and confused, he was kind of like stopped, frozen, looking at them, looking at the streets where he was, the avenue, looking at the spacecraft that was disappearing slowly, leaving behind a luminous trail that he will never forget. We have to accentuate that even though in the journal he uses the words as Martian on their reports, this report has no confirmation that these occupants of the UFO had come from that planet. UFOs so basically, Martians is the word that they called to aliens at the time, okay, guys? So don't think that they knew it was from Mars. I'm very grateful to Mr. J. Victor Soares from Rio Grande Independente for having sent me this magazine on the 4th of July of the August of 1968 that contained the details of this case. Okay, so guys, we can do another case, case 32, which is called the Personage over Trail of Light. Oh, Ramona, I may be doing my live at this time, sister. So I will catch your live at the beginning when I'm on the travel to my kids' music. But I will be doing a live and a hike then, maybe at about 6:30 on. So I will be on your first half of your show, okay, sister? Unless it rains. If it rains, I won't do my live show, okay, sister? On the woods. But I will be joining you for the first half an hour, sister, okay? Pinky promise. Pinky promise, sister. I remember last Monday you did a live and I only was able to go to half an hour and I did my live over you, didn't I, sister? I remember. But today I'm not doing the after lunch cycle because it's raining and it's cold. And I have my kids today because it was my youngest birthday yesterday. And so I let them stay with me today. But tomorrow, amanhã os meninos vão para a escola, tá bem? Tomorrow the kids go to school again. Estás a jogar com o computador, Vicente?
Jogar os dois.
Estás a brincar? Ai, pois estás.
E se tu quiser jogar com os
My kid is playing two different cars on the same game. Oh my god. Oh, meu lindo, não faças isso. O pai não quer. Okay, guys, so I'm just gonna... I don't want them to play two games with the same head. Wait a second. Vicente, para com isso. O pai mete só um jogo, não te preocupes.
Eu quero um deste. Opa, eu quero este.
Este?
Sim.
Mas este é com a bola, não tem nada a ver. Queres jogar esse?
Sim, consigo fazer. Sabias? Carrega. Carrega. Queres ver? Carrega aqui. Carrega e vai. Mas ele está a andar sozinho.
Vai. Mas bem. A nossa linda está a dormir, né?
Tá.
Tá. Olha, a Mari está a dormir. My youngest is sleeping, guys, so the party was good yesterday, for sure. It's called a little siesta. Okay, guys, so this one is just half a page, so it's a quick one. Chapter 32, The Person Over a Trail of Light. A weird being and small that was leaving a trail of light trail behind him was observed yesterday in Chaclacayo, a place situated 25 kilometers from this capital. Where is that? In Lima. Okay, Lima is... Hello, Curbside, my awesome brother. Good to have you. Big hugs, brother. So this is in Lima, in Peru, I think. This news was posted today by the journal El Comercio in their morning edition. An 18-year-old girl, Antonieta Chirinos, and two children affirmed to have seen very closely for a few seconds a being apparently extraterrestrial. When he was arriving at the place, where the children were playing. One of the children, Gonzalo, had the calmness to go towards the little being to ask him what he wanted. What happened as a result made him very surprised immediately. All the testimonies are in same in affirming that this little person was trying to approximate, to observe the children, leaving behind him a trail of light at the as it dislocated himself. He was about 150 centimeters. Okay, sorry guys. This little creature, followed by the trail of light, like it was.
Mano, as minhas moedas. Vou despejar.
Come só uma, tá? Duas, vá.
Não quero.
Sai da frente, estás a enfrentar o pai.
Mas olha este, sabe? Você...
Não vais comer mais. Fica aqui, eu guardo. Vá. Sorry guys. So this little creature, followed by a trail of light, like it was. I don't understand what they mean. So we could think that this light he was comparing as an angel. He wasn't sure. It looks like when he was stopped, the trail of light would be reduced, but as soon as it moved, the trail of light would increase. We still have to understand why this movement made themselves accompanied by the trail of light. Afterwards, no doubt a phenomenon of ionization. Estou quase a acabar mesmo. A strange incident on Chaclacayo was also mentioned on a journal of Barcelona. Oh, so this was in Spain? Oh, this one is another one in Spain. Oh, sorry, this case is from Spain, not Peru, sorry. On the July of 66, we thank John Greshels, the fact he communicated this case, and we add that in this journal of Gonzalo Billerón, he had 12 years of age and had the inhabitants of this place very alarmed. They thought that another being could be an extraterrestrial. Basically, there was the case on Lima, which is Lima. I think Lima is in Peru, man. Okay, I have to check sure. I'm not sure if this is Barcelona. Actually, Barcelona could be in Peru as well because it's South American. Okay, my people. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. I'm gonna have to go now. I'm gonna have to go and buy my my glass for my fireplace.
Shadow?
No. And afterwards, I'm gonna have to go for the music lesson of my kids. So I will be doing another live on the woods today for some hiking and some relaxing. Okay, my people? So see you in about 2 hours. 1 hour and a half, too, okay? Suspicious guys, no worries, my brother. You can go back and watch me from the beginning. We did 2 or 3 cases, not very big. Stacy, my sister, thank you for joining us. Please, guys, go back on my live, okay? And check it from the beginning. John P loves you very much, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll be doing a live in about 1 hour and a half, okay, guys? 2 hours. No, 1 hour and a half, sorry. Oh, you've been lurking. Nice one, Stacy. Like you the same, sister. Thank you for watching me. And please leave a comment. And Stacy, send me an email, please. Or if we want, we can just say next week we're doing a live together. Okay, sister? Next week we'll do a live, okay? So next week when you go live, you send me an email, maybe the day before, or go to my comments. Remember, I don't check my comments very often. I do check my comments, but I get dizzy when I go to studio and check my comments, and so I have to do like half an hour every 2 days or something for the comments, because not all the comments appear on YouTube. They go to YouTube Studio, and that's where I'm controlling the comments so I don't leave anyone behind. But I'm a bit late, okay, guys? So please bear with me, okay, guys? Shalom, my people. John P loves ya, and be happy, my people, okay? Be happy. Do what you want, guys, and help someone in need, okay? There's always someone in need, guys, and help someone in need. John P loves you. Stay blessed, my people. Ramona, see you later. Sister, Stacy, Skies, Curb, love you guys. Mike, thank you for joining us. Cartha's Dreams, Talca, Irmão, Rosie, Meet Rose, Joa, awesome sister. Big hugs, sister. Please make videos. I love to watch your videos, sister. Cool Gamer, Capitu, Irmã, Bud Files, Magneticus, love you, brother. Sheena, Brandon, Lake Superior, please be patient and do one thing at a time, sister, okay? One day at a time. I'm here anytime you want to talk, Lake Superior. Uncle Skin and Big Chief. Love you, my people. Lisa's Corner, thank you for joining us. You're smurfed, sister. Pinzer, my sister. Awesome, sister. Love you very much, sister. Big blessing. And please join me on my live in about 1 hour and a half, okay? And if you can, remind our friends in our groups to join us. Join me in my live, okay? I don't think it's gonna rain because I can see the sun coming by. So people, guys, I gotta go, okay? Love you, people. Stay blessed. John P loves you.